This is the Not So Ancient Chinese Secret Show, where we love to laugh, learn, and love. We talk about 3 different things: photo, video, live streaming, and that's today's topic, Kyno. And we also talk about food and fitness, and we also talk about family and faith, because it is who I am. But today, let's talk about Kyno. And spoiler alert, I just want to get to the main points right now, so if anybody doesn't want to watch the rest, just go get it, okay? So check it out. It is at bit.ly/KynoDQ. All right, now why would you ever want this, okay? It is for video people, or even, let's say that you're a photographer and wanting to get into video, or even if you've got a whole bunch of old family videos you don't know what to do with. This is going to be amazing for you to be able to view your videos, rename your videos, as well as maybe pull stills from the videos, or even rewrap videos if they're taken on a format like AVCHD on an old Panasonic Handycam like I have it around. You can always rewrap that into a movie format so it can be watched on any of your iPads, iPhones, etc. So really quite a powerful program that does a lot more than probably what most of us want to do, but it has some quirks, and it's a fairly new software, but it is on sale for the summer, 25% off right now. So if you are watching this live, go get it now. It is worth it. And so Micro Broadcast on YouTube says, "Hi, Dave." And I say, "Hello, Micro Broadcast." So thanks for showing up, man. So let's get into it. And I'm going to show you a little clip of the Kyno teaser right here.
Introducing Kyno, a revolutionary new way to work with video content. Kyno solves frustrating tasks in one easy-to-use app, bringing powerful media management into the hands of everyone. Take the hassle out of your workflow. Screen and quality check material in a huge range of industry standard formats via a state-of-the-art video player, with no import or transcoding required. You can play your clips directly from SD cards or wherever they are stored. Using accurate speed controls, you can see how high frame rate footage will look in your editing frame rate, and you can apply widescreen bars to see if your image will work in that format. Use markers and subclips for instant organization if you just keep the camera rolling, and easily send logged and tagged clips to Final Cut and Premiere for editing. Quickly find, filter, and browse footage on SD cards or removable drives with super fast searching. Media-aware filters make it incredibly easy to find the clips you need. Organize footage using the media-aware batch renaming function, and batch transcode or rewrap your footage for editing or your finished product for distribution. Transcode or conform your footage to any frame rate, and fine-tune output file names using Kyno's powerful naming feature. With markers, you can also efficiently export large amounts of still frames for blogs, social media, or just to capture the perfect stills from your high-res footage. You can even do that in one simple step for a number of clips. Provide colleagues with feedback on a rough cut using markers and Excel export. Organize your material with tags and ratings. And quickly create and export subclips to access the parts you really need for editing or DVD menus. Kyno, the revolutionary new desktop app for people that love video.
So that's the infomercial, and it looks pretty impressive, doesn't it, right? And so it was interesting enough that you should download the 14-day trial. If this goes a little bit longer than I'd like, I will put an index in the description so that you can go and click and jump ahead to any point. But I already gave you the rundown. Let's take a look at this on my desktop. So sorry for the inception kind of like looking here, but first of all, let's jump into Kyno. And this is going to be literally, let's not jump into Kyno. Let's see here. We have, this is my camera. This is an SD card, and this is fresh. I don't have anything that I've looked at on here. I'm putting it in, and now I'll share with you my desktop. And let's move over to Kyno. And Kyno right now, I'm going to take a look. My Final Cut is also open. I so don't want to import using Final Cut because that's going to take forever. But Kyno, I can just go over and take a look at my Nikon D750. And the beautiful thing about this as a viewer, you can right click and you take a look at that little tiny orange arrow. That means drill down mode is on. And what that does is it goes and searches all those silly little DCIM files and finds every single piece of media. And the one thing to note is that Kyno only works with video, audio, and images. It will not see PDFs, etc., or any other text files. And so if I deselected video, all of them disappear. If I selected video, they all appear. And what's cool about this is actually me taking videos of Quinn making pizza. And it's as easy, and these are all off the SD card, all right? I can just double click. I can actually go through here and scroll through and find my favorite section. And let's say I've got like this part that I know I want to use. I can just add a marker by pressing M again, and then I can say pizza, and then okay. Now I'm gonna also, let's scrub a section here and see if, and this is again playing through the SD card. And so I'm just using my J key to reverse it. Okay, let's just find a good section here. Okay, starting here, I'm gonna press I to make an in point. I'm gonna press K to play it, and it's gonna pan right up, and that's gonna be out point right there. So now if you take a look at my subclip section, I'm gonna actually make this a subclip. Just go create subclip from selection and go pizza pan. I get it, pizza pan. And so I can just go over here and I have that set. But wait, it gets even cooler, all right? Now, if I want to take a quick overview of what's in this particular video, I can click on the content section and it just pulls stills from every section. So if I wanted to see, how is this the window pane test, right? Let's take a look at this section and see if I can actually tell that she did the window pane test. And again, this is footage I have never actually looked at. So it's a great way for me to actually quickly see if it's actually usable. And yes, this is usable. So again, I'll put a marker here. And oops, I did two markers there. Let me just pause it and then I'm gonna marker it. And so window pane test. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to my metadata. I did two markers that I want to remove because I didn't do that properly. Now watch this. I can actually go to my markers and I can export those as stills, right? Markers as stills. And very quickly, it's just gonna export them. So it's like super fast, right? Done. Well, that's kind of ridiculous, right? For the subclips, I can also go here. I can export them as a 720 video if I wanted to, and I'll just press start, sure. And then that is batching right here, 27, 46, 66, 87%, 100% done. Like it's ridiculous, but wait, there's more. So now we've got our marker, we've got our subclips. Let's export this or send to Final Cut Pro X, my viewer of choice. And I'm gonna copy it to the library. So we have a copy inside Final Cut, because remember, we're working off of the SD card right now. And I'm gonna choose the favorites from subclips. And then we're also gonna have the keywords if you want them, and then press send to Final Cut. I'm gonna choose the Untitled and boom diggity. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is take a peek here, make a new project and call it Untitled, doesn't matter. And I'm just gonna show all of it here and take a look at this. Oh, lo and behold, if I go to my next marker, it's exactly where the window pane was. I have another marker there by the pizza pan. And if I just want to look at the favorites, I just choose to filter by favorites, and boom, over here I'm going to press play, and we've just got that panning of the pizza up exactly as we wanted. So now you can see how powerful and quick it would be to use Kyno for your everyday editing. Like, it's pretty incredible to see what this can do in a very quick level for your SD cards, as well as just organizing media, batching, renaming, sending to Final Cut Pro. Boom. Some of the main points: drill down. That alone is magical because we can see all of our videos on any source media as long as you just choose the drill down mode. And so you don't have to go pecking and checking every folder for videos or audio or stills, right? Also, the speed and use is actually really good. Remember, this is all running off of my 2014 MacBook Pro with an SD card, right off the SD card. There's nothing that I'm doing outside of that. Battery naming is pretty cool because then I can make something useful. And if you guys are users of Phone Mechanic, I don't know, but on import, sometimes my videos don't get renamed properly. And so this is a much more powerful way to do it. And it's also made for video, which is cool. Customer support is also awesome. And so I had a problem with one of my exporting options, just like this. And Thomas, one of the, I think he's a partner or a creator of this beast, Kyno, he got back to me right away within 24 hours and solved my issue. And it wasn't because I was doing something wrong or they were doing something wrong, is because I didn't have an understanding of the difference between rewrapping and re-encoding, which we'll talk about in the tips and quirks. All right. Now, cons. There's limited keyboard shortcuts and they're slightly different than maybe some of the programs you're used to. So I'm a Final Cut Pro user and the JKL is a little bit different than in Final Cut. And I wished it was the same so I'd have the same workflow in and outside of that. The next thing, not the most intuitive program, but it does so much. I can't really fault them. They have some of the same keyboard shortcuts, like M is for markers, etc. IO is for in and out points for subclips. And so, you know, the other thing is there's no conflict management. So if you were to use this on a for multi users, so if I were to use this and let's say an assistant or my director is supposed to use this, then if we were both accessing the same folder on Dropbox at the same time, then there's no conflict management. Kyno wouldn't know who put the marker or who supersedes who. So not right now anyways. Hopefully they add that in the future. Also, I should note that Kyno doesn't know. Kyno doesn't know. So if you put metadata like a camera angle or a real name into the actual file, it doesn't get written into the file. Kyno doesn't change the file. Kyno keeps its information stored separately. So this is not what they call a DAM, D-A-M, Digital Asset Manager, okay? So not currently anyways. Hopefully they'll add that in the future, but right now if you were to add information, it only shows up in Kyno. Now, if you were to move files, this is one of the quirks and the tips. If you were to move files in Finder and Kyno loses track of them, it would also lose track of all of your markers and your subclips. So the tip is to move files inside of Kyno. But be careful. I have deleted files in Kyno and it didn't go to the trash. It just disappeared instantaneously. So be careful when you are moving or deleting files in Kyno as well. And I also found that when you re-encode videos, you get exact in and out points. If you just rewrap videos, and that means like if you had like AVCHD files and you just rewrap the .move, it's really fast because they're not encoding anything. They're just changing the way it looks to your computer. So it's playable, but it's not going to be exact in and out points. And so I found that the hard way, okay? And also the other thing that I should note is that metadata is not stored in the file. So if you think you've changed the camera name so you can use a multi-camera angle, multi-clip in when you import it later on into Final Cut Pro, it won't work. Only Kyno knows of those issues. Now, if you re-encode it, it puts all that metadata into the re-encoded file, but it does not touch the original file, okay? So some important things to understand. So yeah, it's a little bit quirky as you've just seen, but as far as the usability and the battery naming and the drill down mode and just to view your images and to quickly, get them viewed as well as add markers and in a collaborative environment to share information, it's incredible. And if you were just to grab snippets for Instagram of your videos or to grab stills for Instagram, this is a powerful, powerful piece of software. And so it's fairly new. I think it's only about 1.5 years old. So do recommend keeping an eye on this guy, but check it out. It's got a 14-day free trial. It's on sale, 25% off for the summer 2017 right now. So highly recommended, bit.ly/KynoDQ. Check it out. Thanks guys for watching. I do have a thought of the day before we go, and that is this. Invest in great relationships. They will pay a lifetime of dividends. And the more I get old, the more I understand that nothing matters more than relationships. And so yeah. Thanks guys for being here. I hope you guys found that useful. And if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. I can't read them all right now, but I will get back to you. So God bless. See you guys tomorrow. Cheers.